So I don't even know where to start with this video. I feel like I am so annoying to you guys watching me because I keep having these like existential crises where I'm like, but around content creation where I'm like, no, maybe I should just stick to my day job. And then, you know, I'll go through this whole thing where I'm like, actually, I want to try blogging now. And like, I literally have come again, like full circle back to YouTube, which has already happened to me once before. And I don't know, I feel like YouTube's like probably meant to be the love of my life, and they're the one that I like keep coming back to. Whereas I have all these other little fuckboys and I'm like, I don't know, that's just how I think of it, like Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should try Instagram. Maybe I should be on TikTok. Maybe I should, you know, whatever. And like trying other things, start a blog. And I was on Pinterest for like the last probably like 9 months, like I'd say 6 to 9 months. I decided to start a blog and like do that and like go completely faceless, because I feel like at the end of the day, like life is a journey. And I don't know, after having our third baby, I was kind of like, I had this thing where I thought I don't really want to film the girls anymore, because Molly had kind of turned, like she was almost about to turn 3, and she just hated whenever I got the camera out. And so I just knew that my little TikToks weren't going to work, because I was like, well, they're family vlogs. So like, how can I do that without filming her? Like, she didn't even like me getting her in the shot. It wasn't even like, Molly, smile. It was more just like, even if I just got the camera out, she'd be like, no. And like throw it out of my, like she would smash it out of my hands, or she'd like run the other way. And I was like, this is just not the right energy, like just not the right vibe, you know? So I don't know. I feel like I kind of have tried a few different other things, and I also went down a bit of a rabbit hole on TikTok, you know, hearing stories of like people that have grown up but their mums like filmed them as a little girl a lot and like sent it to fucking like gross people and stuff. And so I was like, you know, maybe I don't want to put my girls' faces on the internet, and I didn't really know how to show up without doing that. And then I guess I found blogging, and I was like, oh, blogging's awesome, because I'm up with the baby all night because I didn't have a sleep, and third baby, also not a sleeping baby. But yeah, I was up all night, and I was like, actually that's going to be perfect, because then I can just type and like be on my laptop, you know, while feeding the baby. And then yeah, that's like honestly perfect. And then I can just be on Pinterest like making cute pins and stuff. That's pretty much where I'm at. Like that puts me to now, because I am due to upload my pins for the next week, but I haven't even sat down to like design them. And I'm like, I don't know, like, am I going to do this? Because I haven't really gained much traction. Like I kind of have a little bit, but I just still have this feeling that like I should just stick to YouTube, okay? Just bloody stick to YouTube. Just commit, girl, just commit. I don't know why I'm so scared of committing. You know, like maybe I need to journal on that. Scared to commit to YouTube for some reason. But yeah, everything else just looks more, you know, attractive. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but at the end of the day, YouTube's always been there. And it was my initial thing that I wanted to do when I had my first baby. I was like, I want to be one of those YouTube mums. And I did do it. I stuck to it for a while, but then yeah, like literally 5 years later, and I've just been going round and round and round. But look, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because at the end of the day, it kind of means that now I'm not filming my girls, which I think maybe one day I might have regretted. And so I'm kind of like, I actually think it might be a good thing in a way. And, you know, I need to come to this thing where I trust that you guys like me enough that you actually want to just know about me. And you don't want to just like hear about the kids all the time as well. My life is enough to talk about, to like keep posting about. So yeah, and I feel like I have gone through a lot ever since having our third baby, which, where is she? Oh yeah, she's under the table over there. It's so much easier when they can like walk around. It's like, holy moly. Walk around, what am I saying? Crawl around, move around. Anyway, I'm just getting used to being back on the camera. I feel like I have gone through another big journey, and like even just my own confidence and clarity is just so much, I've just gotten so much more confidence and clarity. And like, even just, I don't know, every pregnancy has been so different. Every experience with our baby has been so different, like every time. But there's just something about Penelope where like I just decided to just go with it, and I wasn't even gonna try to like hardcore sleep train, or not that I did with the other two girls, but I was very stressed about sleep, you know, and I was very much looking at the wake windows, looking at the naps, looking at the, you know, times they were going to bed, times they were waking up. Whereas Penelope, I'm kind of just like, oh, you know, she's doing pretty well, you know, for a baby. I mean, there are some babies who love sleeping, but it's pretty normal to have a baby that doesn't like to sleep and loves to be held while sleeping. Like, that's pretty normal to want to be next to your mum. So, like, you know, I'm just like, I'm sure one day she'll grow out of it. Molly was really hard with her sleep and she grew out of it. And now she touch wood, sleeps through the night as a 3-year-old. So I'm like, I think I just need to go with it. And so because of that, I started just watching Love Island heaps in the middle of the night. And like, yeah, it's actually changed my whole just vibe. You know, when you find a show or you find music or whatever, and it just makes you feel so much better and it just changes your whole vibe. That's kind of where I feel like I'm at now. And so it kind of was good to take a break off social media too. Like, getting off Instagram and TikTok and all these things. It's honestly, now that I've had a solid like 6 months off it, I'm like, the word I'd use for it is it's a distraction. Like, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there and like it has in some ways changed my life for sure. But I think checking it every day or even just like multiple times throughout the day is a lot. And like, that is so distracting. And I find it so distracting. Like, I loved being off my phone and just, you know, pinning on Pinterest and just blogging and doing that. It actually felt so good just to be in my own little world doing that away from social media. I've heard someone say it about Pinterest before and they're like, Pinterest is just really quiet. Like, it's really quiet. Whereas like social media, there's comments, there's likes, there's shares, like stories, and then there's threads, and then there's, oh my God, it's like you can't even keep up anymore. So that's kind of why I was like questioning as well, do I really want to be on social media? Because it's such hard work. But I think everyone just does it in their own different way. And this is just something that I truly feel like keeps coming back to me. And I'm like, you only live once. One day when I'm dead, it won't fucking matter. So why don't I just put myself out there and just do it? Like, seriously, we are on this big, giant, spinning planet. I mean, it's a miracle we're even alive. Who cares? So anyway, that's kind of where I've gotten up to. I'm like, I'm just going to post on my YouTube weekly. I don't even fucking care. Anyway, and I'll probably just talk about like mum life and self-care. I mean, that's something that's gone out the window ever since having 3. Is just your time you have to yourself is just minuscule. I've only just started getting maybe half an hour at night to myself, like just. But there was a long time there where I was trying to go to bed as soon as Penelope went to sleep so that I could catch every wink of sleep I could get with her because I knew she'd be up soon. So yeah, now I'm getting to this place. I'm like, okay, I do have a little bit of time at night. And also, yeah, it's just, I don't know, when they're off you, you do feel like you get yourself back in a way. Anyway, so yeah, here I am, and I'm really on this thing at the moment where this year I've decided not to even spend any money on clothes. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like honestly been the best thing I've ever done because I don't know, I bought this like, what, 10 years ago and it's still perfect. Like, it's perfectly fine. And I'm really enjoying it because I'm actually spending more money on like house stuff. So like even today I put together another, so I've got like cube storage here and I've put together another cube storage here. So I know it looks like a complete mess, this whole thing, but that's what I'm talking about is like, I just feel like I was spending so much money on like clothes and everything and not actually on just like fixing up little things around the house that only cost like 20 bucks here and there. But because I'd spend, you know, $60 or more on like a bunch of clothes every month or every couple weeks, that's just all money that I could have spent on these little things like around the house. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited because here what I want to do is put like a big wardrobe for all the girls' stuff because I don't want this to be like open anymore because I don't know, since it's near the front door, it's like bugs and stuff just tend to collect around near it. Oh my God, she keeps bumping her head and I'm like, is she okay? Anyway, yeah, so I want to do that. I want to get a big giant wardrobe and then I want maybe like another cube storage. So it goes like along here and then I want to have an arch. I've already got the arch window. I've already got the arch mirror, but yeah, the arch mirror, I want it to go up here on the wall. And then it'll be like a nice big entranceway thingy rather than this disgusting crazy mess. At least there is somewhere they can put their stuff. There was a long time where, I can't believe it now, but all this stuff was just like strewn all over the house. I always use that word because it's the best word to describe toddler life, is stuff just gets strewn everywhere. But yeah, anyway, at least it has that spot. But I feel like these are the kinds of little things that I just want to work on now. Yeah, because our house is still looking like a shambles. But anyway. Hi, Bees. Ah, she's crawling around now, aren't you? You gonna follow me? Because I really do feel like, you know, something that I've learned about in recent years is about like being in alignment. Yeah, P, what are you doing? And like, for me, I feel like there's different layers of what that might mean. Yeah, she agrees. I do feel like at the end of the day, I am somebody that talks with my hands, and I'm not like, I wouldn't call myself like charismatic, but I am kind of like bubbly, and I've got a loud voice because I've got a Greek background, like I've got this Greek voice and stuff. So I kind of feel like it's almost like when you're in alignment, like what works for you the best. And I feel like for me, blogging and being on Pinterest, you know, I'm not showing my face, I'm not sharing my voice, I'm not speaking. And so because of that, it's kind of like, maybe I'm almost doing like a disservice to like the world. You know what I mean? Like I know that that makes me sound really important. But I just mean like in terms of feeling like you're in alignment, it's like, what's like meant for you? Like what are you good at? You know, like what works best for you? What vibes with you the best? What's going to bring out the best like sort of energy in you, if that makes sense. So I think, you know, that's why for me Instagram doesn't work, because I'm not very like what's the word? Oh no, I've gone blank. Like what's that word in Instagram where everything's really, I literally can't even find the word. It's really like proper and you know what I mean? Anyway, there's like literally a word for that. Everyone knows it, but yeah. It's kind of like, for me, my life just isn't like that. I grew up in a pretty dysfunctional home. I don't know, I just feel like my life isn't all, whatever that bloody word is that's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, and then on the other hand, I also feel like with blogging and stuff, I've got more to give than just that, because I've got this voice that I like to use, and I'm like not camera shy and that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, where do you want to, like what's going to work best for you with your personality and how you like to communicate and like all of that sort of thing. So, you know, I think that people might say like, oh, you know, you're being superficial, you just want to be on YouTube. But it's like, no, I actually, yeah, no, she's having so much fun. But yeah, anyway, she's playing in the ice cream shop, aren't you? It's kind of more like, no, what just works really well for you? Like what brings out the best in you, and what, like how you're going to give the most value to an audience with your sort of personality and whatever. So yeah, I just think that for me, that's why this kind of works for me. I just think that this sort of like works for me. I like doing the thumbnails and I like filming, editing. You know, that's the other thing. Like I've been editing on iMovie since I was like a kid, because I had these really strict Christian, like my dad and stepmom were super strict Christian, and I wasn't allowed to watch TV and I wasn't allowed to do stuff. But one thing I could do was edit on iMovie. So I used to make like little mini movies with my little cousins and my sister and stuff. And so yeah, it's just like comes so naturally to me. Like I don't even think twice about it. Even like different styles of editing and stuff like that. It's just so easy for me. So yeah, anyway, it's so hard because I'm like, am I just not going to get her face in the camera? You're just so cute. But I don't know. I guess I should sort of think like, if I'm not making it all about you, then it should be fine, right? She'll be fine. Anyway, and I'm sure as she gets bigger, she won't even be bothered to like be in the camera. But yeah, anyway, so might just leave it there, I think. But anyway, it does feel really good actually to be filming again. I've got my camera on again, and yeah, look, maybe I can be an inspiration to any like 30-something-year-old mums. If you want to start content creation, just bloody do it. You know what I mean? Or even if you're not a mum, whatever, whoever you are. As long as phones are around and we have apps on our phone, that content creation ain't going anywhere. It's just the new way that we do things. sort of like how, you know, now we watch like series on like TV series instead of like movies. But it doesn't mean that we don't love movies as well. Like everything's just, Pharrell Williams said it years ago, everything is just way more documented now. So yeah, which is a good thing, I reckon. So the delivery, don't tell me, this is the kids' table as well. So it's like perfect timing. I was just saying, getting the house fixed and they definitely need a new one of these. We've had this like Kmart kids table. I'll show you. And yeah, it is always just full of crap. Like it is terrible. But anyway, it's so old as well. Like it just needs to go. So yeah, I was like, I'll just get one of these new ones and start afresh. It's kind of all the sort of shit that I'm talking about. Like just getting all those little things fixed. Like that table and chairs from Officeworks only cost me $40. So yeah, I think I used to kind of wonder like where all my money was going, and I think it's like freaking random clothes, which is kind of not bad because now I have enough of a wardrobe that I can just like wear everything that I've bought for the last few years. So that's kind of okay, but I just feel like I need a bit of time off buying clothes. It's just stuff that I've really been thinking about and just like sorting my life out a little bit. Like I just need to sort my life out. So yeah, and like cleared out my cupboard, cleared out my wardrobe, put all my maternity stuff back away like in a box. And it's just wild to me now that I'm like in this post having babies era, and it's so, I don't know, it feels really weird because like I feel like I'm getting old because I'm like, oh my God, I've got the kids, I've got the job, I've got everything. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so what's next? Like, what am I doing? But yeah, something I really have wanted to focus on a lot more is like my self-care, because I'm not even at a stage where I'm, you know, working out like I used to or walking like I used to, like just so busy with the kids and everything. So it's like, I do have a long way to go with that. And, you know, I'd love to start like getting my nails done regularly and that kind of thing. And yeah, like I said, like looking after the house, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, we're working on it. We're working on this stuff, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'll talk to you next week in the next video. Bye.